Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe God will bring you out, whatever the situation is, even if you got yourself into it. He will bring you out some kind of way. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the St. James Show over here inside the Carnal Church sector. We appreciate each and every one of you coming in tonight. I am your host. I'm your prelate. I am your apostle, your reverend, whatever you want to call me, your sweet daddy. I am St. James. Listen here, we got a little something to talk about on tonight. We're not going to be here long, and this may be actually one of the ones where we're not going to be here long, all right? I know I say that sometimes, and then we're here 4 hours. I don't know what happens at that time. Before we really get into it, will you do me a great big favor and hit that like button? Hit that like button right now and do share to all of your Abyssinian Baptist Church former and current members. Subscribe to the Carnal Church sector and the St. James Show. Become a member. Link is in the bio. And always, there is your support handle to make sure that this channel stays on top. We are almost at 18,500 subscribers. So give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand for being one of the members over here at the St. James Show and the Carnal Church sector. We're almost 2,000 subscribers over there at the Carnal Church sector. So we appreciate those who are double subscribed. And hey, if you just want to subscribe to one, that's fine as well. What's up, Shelby? Good to see you. Kim is in the house. Kim is in the house. Cree is here. We appreciate you for coming through. Mike Moore, Joshua Grimmett is in the house. Shelby and Joshua, thank you for being monthly members of the St. James Show. I appreciate your patronage and your support. And all of you who always support, however way you do it, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Those of you who send in support when we're not even on live, thank you too. You are very important over here to the St. James Show. Thank you so much. What's up, Rejoice? Good to see you. Make sure everyone is going over to Rejoice Wellness Care and giving her a like and a share over there at her channel as well. What's up, Mari? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, everybody. Did everybody have a little something to drink? Water, tea, a little wine, a little yak. Some of y'all's a little yak. You love us. But let me tell you this. Me and XXL do not get along. So I have gone back to my sissified jam jar for the night. And we're just going to sip. We're just going to sip because that XXL last week took me completely out, and I haven't even cooked dinner today. I can't believe that. Usually I try to eat before 7, and I haven't even cooked, just running around doing this and getting ready for the show. But I'm just rambling, making sure getting some people in here, making sure that you're hitting that like button for me, and that we are getting ready to talk about something. Yes. No. That XXL is from the devil. It's from the pit of hell itself. Somebody go tell Carlton Pearson there's a hell and there's one for the XXL. Oh, yes, there is. My God. Whew. My head. I couldn't move. I wasn't drunk, y'all. The Bible said don't be drunk. That's Bible. I was just let's just say I was a little disturbed. I was just a little disturbed. You say it's everything. Yeah, it's everything. All right. It's everything. Yeah, whatever. Hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday. I did a live earlier. So after the live or tomorrow, catch up, all right? Catch up on the live that I did earlier today. It wasn't that long. How long was that live? Maybe an hour? I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, I was just a little uncomfortable, Tandra. Just a little uncomfortable. That's the word I should use. Yeah. It's 9:07 p.m. Central. Okay. All right. Okay. Gracefully blessed to join us. Lokovich member is in the house. Thank you for being a member, Lokovich. All right. We need some more members around here. Let me grab the membership link so we can get some more members up in here. You members make a difference. All right. You really support and keep us keep us going around here, whether you're on the $2.99 level or the wonderful $4.99 level. Let me tell you, that $4.99 level, that'll get you a good blessing. Oh, that you sowing in good ground sowing. Y'all quit sowing in the filth, in the ground that, don't nothing grow out of. Y'all quit that. Quit wasting your seed. Didn't y'all hear Keon say, quit giving to poor people? Y'all heard Keon Henderson tell y'all that. Y'all don't listen to the prophet. Give to me, and you will be blessed. Keon. My God. Keon. Let me grab this link, though. Let's see here. Member. That's what I want. Kevin Moore, member, is in the house. He's the head of the Pastors Aid Committee for the month of October. It is Pastors Appreciation Month. So however you see me, in whatever capacity, I am here to just give you little words of wisdom. Isn't that what your pastor does? Huh? Is that what he does? Just give me a little word of wisdom. Where's it at? Intro. I don't want that. Oh, show more. Turn on members on. Where's it at? Where is it at? They're tricking me today. Did they change it? This YouTube is always moving something around and changing things. Let me see if it is somewhere else. Let's see here. He'll bring you out. Here it is, right here. Yeah, I just didn't refresh. Let's share your members. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to copy that. Let me make sure I copy that again. I don't want to copy the other link, because y'all be in here thinking y'all seeing all the videos for free that's on members only. We can't do that. There you are, mods and doorkeepers. If you would copy that, put that somewhere on your notes or somewhere so you can throw that in the chat throughout the night. Okay, would you do that for me? All right, I appreciate it. All of our links, whether it be, I need y'all to get on Inspire level, as she always puts things in the chat for us to make sure to keep us going. Hit that like button, everybody. Please hit that like button. Let's get started. We have been talking about the Abyssinian Baptist Church located in New York, Harlem, one of the prestigious historical Baptist churches in our country, probably in the world. We know that not too long ago, a couple of years or so, the Dr. Reverend Calvin Butts passed away. They were in a search for a new pastor. We all know how that goes. When there's a search for a new pastor, they get a search committee, it's formed, and then hopefully everybody abides by the bylaws and the search committee criteria to pick the new pastor that would be fitting for the church. Well, the Abyssinian Baptist Church said they did that. Said they did it. They had a number of candidates. They say that the search committee says that they followed the directions and they did everything ethical, and they chose the Right Reverend Dr. Kevin Johnson out of Philadelphia, and he was first a pastor at Bright Hope. Well, he was a member at Abyssinian first, then got a church in Philly and went there to Bright Hope in Philly. And then something happened there, and he started his own church. I believe it was called Dare to something or other. We'll see it a little bit later. Dare to dream, dare to hope, dare to something. He did something about daring people to do something, and he opened a church there in Philly after he left. After he left Abyssinian, after he left Bright Hope in Philly. So let me make sure. So that won't come through. So let's just see a little bit of things. Now, we're here because there's a lawsuit. And if you looked at the last video, we're not going to go through the lawsuit, y'all. We did that. You can go to the last live if you want to go through the Dare to Imagine. Thank you, Miss T. I knew it was Dare to Do Something. All right. So if you look at the video from last time, we went through some of the lawsuit. And what it is there are a group of members that are suing Abyssinian because they said that the search committee didn't follow bylaws in regards to choosing and hiring Dr. Kevin Johnson. They are saying that it was a scam and people were not ethical and it needs to be overturned. He needs to get out of there and they need to start the search committee all over again. Now, isn't that crazy? That is wild. But listen, this is what the group has been saying, and this is what they have presented to the courts. All right. So this is a real deal lawsuit. Now, we're going to look into an article out of Philadelphia in regards to Bright Hope Church, where Dr. Kevin Johnson was pastor before he went into Dare to Imagine Church. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Make sure y'all look at the chat because have a few crazies might pop through here. We don't mind you having your opinion, but don't go crazy now. Crazies get excommunicated from the St. James Show and the carnal church sector. And he did go to college with Raphael Warnock. And we'll be talking about Raphael Warnock. Raphael Warnock, I tell you, everywhere Kevin Johnson goes, he calls Raphael. Raphael, come preach, come teach, come do whatever, come sing, I don't know. Come over here. The door is always open for my Morehouse brother or what have you, Raphael Warnock. So that's an interesting thing too. So let's do some history. Now, we got into some things in the last video, some accusations against Dr. Kevin, about his dealings with church members, his dealings with just doing the right thing according to church bylaws. And it seems to me that it didn't start just at his tenure at Bright Hope, him coming in and not abiding, in their words, not abiding by bylaws and the rules and regulations. Listen here, if y'all don't know by now, you don't mess with them Baptists, okay? See, in the Pentecostal church, and I come out of the Apostolic church, we do what we want. We wasn't subject to nobody. The pastor pretty much, did what he wanted, told the board what he was going to do, told the trustees what he's going to do, and that was it. That was all. In a Baptist church, and in one of these historical Baptist churches, well, you had people to the likes of Fats Domino who used to be there, and a lot of high-profile folks passed through. James Baldwin, passed through Abyssinian church. So this isn't, this isn't just a fly-by-night Baptist church. Yeah. They believe, they believe in protocol, structure. Listen, that's what they believe in. And it's a little different from what I come from. And, there is pros and cons to each way. When there is a lot of bylaws and a lot of rules and regulations and protocols and structure, it doesn't leave much room for the Holy Ghost, as they used to say. Got to leave room for the Holy Ghost to move. You got to leave room for, things just to be natural and things. But they don't like natural. They don't like none of that structure. This is how it is. This is how it's supposed to be. Everything runs through that deacon board. Yes, and trustees and such. But let's examine a news article by the Insider in Philadelphia in regards to some troubled times there at Bright Hope there in Philadelphia. Now, this is a little background on where Dr. Kevin Johnson, this was at the church that he was appointed and elected to, a little far back, not too far, but let's get into this. Nicole C said, this is why you're non-denominational. Yeah, they pretty much do what they want to. I mean, it depends on how it's structured, but usually they structured that thing where the pastor's running it. Yeah, and me is strict too, Kevin. Yes. Troubled times at Bright Hope. Church leaders send registered letter to pastor after popular assistant quits. At this time, Dr. Kevin Johnson is pastor. And it says, the caption says, a group of deacons gather for conversation outside after Sunday's worship service at Bright Hope Baptist Church. Some members of the congregation want senior pastor R. Kevin Johnson removed. And this was April 6th of 2014. So this is bringing us some pretty good history as to what kind of an idea, and just an idea of some troubled things that Dr. Kevin Johnson has already been through in past churches. It was finally warm on the Sunday when North Philadelphia's Bright Hope Baptist Church hosted a special guest preacher, the Reverend Raphael G. Warnock, pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, once led by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. We know that Dr. Johnson likes to rub elbows. But inside the church at Cecil B. Moore Avenue and 12th Street near Temple University, there was a palatable chill. It almost seemed like it was a funeral in there, one member said. That Sunday, March 23rd, no white gloved ushers were there to greet worshipers at the church's glass door entrance. Nor were ushers posted in the lobby with this deep red carpet or standing in the aisles to lead congregants to seats in the pews. My God. In a defiant stand against the Reverend Kevin R. Johnson, Bright Hope's leader, the ushers boycotted the services that Sunday. My God, today. The ushers and numerous other church members were angry about the sudden resignation of an assistant pastor, the Reverend George F. Taylor, who had been at Bright Hope for 48 years. It seemed to me, we're going to get a little bit more into it. It seemed to me, Dr. Reverend Kevin don't really like a lot of older people up over there. He like new blood. On March 18th, 5 days before the boycott, Taylor had abruptly resigned during an evening meeting with Johnson and 3 other church leaders, Taylor supporters said. Whispers quickly traveled among churchgoers that Taylor, known for being warm, gregarious, and youthful for his 70 years, had been fired for insubordination. From the pulpit, Johnson, mindful of the tension, told the congregation that despite the rumors, Reverend Taylor was not fired, nor was he forced to resign. The ushers weren't the only ones protesting. Several congregants in the pews showed their contempt by putting empty white envelopes in the collection plate. Babies, because somebody type petty in the chat. When I tell you, these ushers and these congregants putting these white envelopes in the offering collection plate, somebody just type petty. My God. Neither Johnson nor Taylor responded to requests for comment. But in interviews with more than a dozen church members who asked that their names be withheld because of their retaliation, they fear retaliation and want to remain in other members' good graces. It seems clear that a storied American church is in turmoil. Petty. The final straw. The unrest over Taylor's sudden departure was just the latest example of ongoing strife at Bright Hope, which began as a Baptist mission in 1910 and was helmed for many years by the late U.S. Representative William H. Gray III and his father and grandfather before him. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, one church member said of Taylor's exit. In recent years, there have been simmering tensions over who controls the church and whether church offices, the board of trustees, the deacon board, and the president's council have any real authority or have been merely rubber stamping anything Dr. Kevin R. Johnson wants. Last week, the deacon board sent Johnson a registered letter asking for a formal church meeting to address their concerns, sources said. On Sunday, March 30th, immediately after Johnson preached a fiery, emotional sermon, some members circulated petitions to demand a meeting of all members. Please hit that like button for me. Please hit that like button for the free 99. It doesn't cost you anything. I appreciate you, but hit that like button. After learning of the petitions, church members said Johnson began a campaign. This was interesting, everyone. Visiting a number of seasoned saints, as the church calls its older members, who have been conspicuously absent from Sunday services recently, to ask why they stopped coming to the church. He went to their house, y'all. The pastor wanted to know, hey, why y'all stop coming to church? A litany of complaints. Let's talk about that. Church members say that in addition to the controversy over Taylor's departure, their complaints include that church officers have been repeatedly rebuffed in their requests for an independent audit of church financial operations. That Johnson failed to honor his promise to include a charter school and a community center in a development that the church is involved with on the nearby Wanamaker School site. The church-affiliated Bridge of Hope Community Development Corporation and development firm, the Goldenberg Group, formed a partnership to build a $100 million 14-story apartment building for Temple University students on the site. As part of the agreement, original plans called for a community center and a school to be built on the site, but that never happened. In a Daily News article last December, Johnson said the church would look for a new site for the school. Johnson says, we felt, Johnson didn't say this, this is the member saying, we felt sold out. He sold us out, says a church member. That member and others said the deal sounded like a bait and switch. Ooh, my God. My. That Johnson announced in January plans to run for mayor. This is another one of the gripes that they're having, y'all. That Johnson announced in January plans to run for mayor, even though members had made it clear when he was hired that they did not want a pastor with political aspirations. He abruptly withdrew 3 weeks later. Okay? We didn't want any more politicians in the pulpit, one member said. Hold on. Okay. He withdrew from the race after the Daily News reported that he had used his connections. Was it Raphael Warnock? To gain admission for his, for his children to Penn Alexander, a prestigious public school, even though he does not live in its catchment area. The late Arlene Ackerman, the controversial former school's superintendent, served on Bright Hope's board of trustees. Did you let his kids in, Arlene? Another gripe is the removal of the historic mounted pulpit. You know, one thing you don't do is touch these folks' pulpit. When I was at this Baptist church here, new pastor came in, wanted to take that pulpit out. They fought tooth and nail. You don't touch them pulpits. The removal of the historic mounted pulpit from which distinguished speakers had spoken, including Martin Luther King, the late South African President Nelson Mandela, former Haitian President Jean Bertrand Aristide, and former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. Another gripe, the letting go of 25 other Bright Hope employees, including several young and dynamic assistant pastors and 2 musicians without a stated reason. Well, what we do know about the Dr. Reverend Kevin, he likes to fire people. Another gripe, the changing of the Sunday bulletin. Ooh, why y'all touch these people's bulletins? You know them Baptists love them bulletins? The changing of the Sunday bulletin to replace the picture of the Black Christ figure from the church's stained glass windows with pictures of Johnson and his family and other church members. Y'all wanted to take Black Jesus off the bulletins to put the Right Reverend Dr. Kevin Johnson on the... My God. Another gripe. And that on Friday, Johnson was scheduled to lead a men's Bible study class, but told the church he would not attend because he was hosting a Democratic gubernatorial candidate, Tom Wolf, at an event at his Overbrook home. I thought he stopped trying to be a mayor, but he hosted. Okay, all right. He cares more about politics than the church, one member grumbled. At the crossroads, let's talk about that. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. He came in right away, changing it. That be the problem, Joshua. They don't know how to sit down for about a year or so. They don't know. They come right in. That was a pastor that came under the church I was in. They don't know how to sit down for a minute and let people get used to them. You start changing things like bulletins, it seems very small. But they are looking for a reason to get you out of there. At the crossroads, members say discontent at Bright Hope is obvious in the large number of members who routinely visit other churches for Sunday services. They start slipping out. Bright Hope has an estimated membership of 3,000, but Johnson did not respond when we asked for the exact membership figure. He couldn't remember, y'all. In the past 3 weeks, despite higher temperatures, the center of the church has had many empty pews, which members said would have been packed for Sunday services in the past. Some churchgoers have left Bright Hope altogether amid the conflict. I left due to issues and concerns regarding the direction of the church and leadership, said Derek Sawyer II, 30, who was chairman of the deacon board when he left the church in November 2011. I really feel for Bright Hope and the members affected. On the Sunday after the ushers' boycott, Johnson did not even come to church. He stayed home to pray, a source said. Instead of Johnson, the Reverend Carmen Marshall, an assistant pastor, preached a sermon about the church being one body. She called 3 other women to the pulpit and they linked arms. She linked arms with him. If someone throws stones at Reverend Nilsson, they just might hit me, Marshall said. She had a whole, demonstration. On April 5th, Johnson met early in the morning with some church leaders and waved a copy of an email from the Daily News asking for comment, telling them he had no intention of answering questions from the press, a source said. At that meeting, a church elder warned that Bright Hope was in danger of splitting, as it did in 1972, when some members wanted Gray III to succeed his father as minister, but others preferred a different pastor. For all of the detractors, for all of his detractors, Johnson still has support from some congregants, as he does at Abyssinian. All right? It's like history repeating itself. My. I like the work he's doing in the church as far as showing concern for the community and fighting for the schools, said one woman, who asked that her name be withheld. That's what I don't like. Why your name being withheld? If you behind the man, get on, say, St. James, click the link. Put the link down so I can tell you something, what I think. Click the link. Put the link down there, St. James. Everybody want to withhold their name. I respect you, but George Burrow, a former city official and longtime Bright Hope member, said he stepped down from the church's board of trustees in November because he began a new job. Burrow confirmed that the church members wanted audit, but he said of Johnson, "I trust his honesty." Y'all gonna get enough of that. If I don't understand one thing, why do people run from audits? If you were doing everything on the up and up, do your audit. It really frightens me when an audit of a nonprofit, of a church, is requested, and everybody, like over there at Peace Apostolic, they wouldn't answer no calls. They wouldn't answer no emails. They wouldn't provide nothing. Because come to find out, there was a bunch of thieves in the church. The daughter, the church secretary's son, the daughter's husband, who's over there barking now. They stole, I need to show y'all, I got something. She over there shouting. Tammy over there shouting, just clucking, after she done robbed the church of millions of dollars, just clucking. She wouldn't cluck nowhere on Figueroa. Let them do the audit. If you ain't got nothing to hide. But how many Bright Hope members will agree with Burrell? Will the minister who cut short his first attempt at political office find success in the campaign he's now waging to keep his clerical office? Will Bright Hope find healing? Anithia Butler, a professor of religion at the University of Pennsylvania, said that turbulent splits are not uncommon in churches when it comes to whether ultimate control is in the hands of a pastor or the board of trustees. I love this quote. Everything depends on what the church rules say, she said. Sometimes the pastor has hijacked the power and is running the show, no matter what the rules say. Has there been an hijacking? Yeah, Rosalind. Bingo, there shouldn't be any issues if someone asks for an audit. Get the book, secretary. But see, there was an issue at Peace Apostolic in Los Angeles. Tamara Swansea Prince had stolen a lot of money, the pastor's daughter. She had misappropriated funds. She went to Neiman Marcus. She spent thousands of dollars on Amazon, Target, CVS. How you spend $2,000 at CVS? She bought Louboutin. She went to Portamenta with her family. On the church's dime, she bought a house. She made the church do her moving expenses. She got a BMW every other year or so. because there was no audits happening. She was over there clucking the other Sunday, shouting in the middle aisle. Oh, I still get it all, Sister Tamara. They send it to St. James. You was clucking. And that bishop who was up there preaching, he trying to get to church. Yeah, I know he is. He over there. He talking about, if I was a pastor, I would have y'all on a fast. You ain't the pastor. They need somebody else. Long enough y'all keep her husband out that pulpit with his crazy self. Oh, clucking. Let's meet the candidates. Perhaps you don't know who the Right Reverend Doctor. This was, right before they stepped into Abyssinian Baptist Church. But before we do that, will you do me a great big favor, as I always ask you to do? Will you hit that like button for me? And do share. Share with your Abyssinian church members, past and present. Subscribe. We need you to subscribe to the Carnal Church Sector and the St. James Show. Become a member. Our mods are putting the member link in the chat. And also, there is your support handle to make sure the lights stay on over here at the Carnal Church Sector. Because they want the lights to go out. But no. The lights won't go out. If we got to get some assistance. Now, PG&E said, do you need assistance paying your bill? If we need an assistance, we'll get some assistance to keep the lights on over here. If y'all want to still cut up, that's okay. Let's meet the Right Reverend Dr. Kevin Johnson. Can we do that?
Kenya Johnson, and we're so thankful to God to have this opportunity to speak to you.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember it was Palm Sunday, 1997, when we made the decision to become members of the Abyssinian Baptist Church.
And we were sitting in the balcony. I remember walking down the stairs with you and coming down that right side of the aisle and joining the church and sitting right there in the center at Abyssinian Baptist Church.
It was really our first time coming together. We were engaged. About to be married just a few short months later. And it was our first opportunity to come together and decide where our spiritual home would be.
Yeah, and when we came back, I absolutely loved that period. I mean, I had the opportunity to baptize people, to administer communion. We started the Joshua Ministry. You remember that?
I do remember Joshua Ministry.
We even taught a class on marriage, and here we are 26 years later. It was just...
What they talking about? What I just read, it couldn't be the same pastor. This is an angel, two angels sitting here. This can't be the same people that we just read about from the inside over there in Philadelphia. Y'all lying to me, as Lovely Love would say.
Just a great season being at the Abyssinian Baptist Church.
Yes, and I remember when we came back to Abyssinian with Miles, who was only 1 year old.
Yeah, and do you remember Bob Gord capturing the shot of Miles peeking over the pews?
Peeking over the pews. You know, Miles stayed busy. And then Layla came along, and I remember just how we were celebrated. A phenomenal baby shower that was thrown.
That was really nice
for her. She was blessed right
And now
there.
we have another one, Lena.
Yes, and then the celebration when we announced that Lena would soon be joining our family.
And I remember people coming down for my installation at Bright Hope and just so much more.
Amen.
And so for us, it's just, as we think about Abyssinian, it's just a special place.
Oh, yeah.
It's a place that helped to nurture us.
Amen.
And it's a place that we're excited about in this season of our lives. Obviously, we've been here in Philadelphia now for 17 years. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
And we've had some great experiences here. I'm thankful for the ministry and opportunity to serve there at Bright Hope and all that was accomplished. But I'm really excited how the Lord...
All that was accomplished at Bright Hope. They mentioned nothing, Did you have any issues over there, the Reverend Dr. Johnson and Lady-elect Johnson? Was there any issues, or was it all, daisies, tulips, and chrysanthemums?
Has used us here in Philadelphia to start and to found Dare to Imagine Church. You know, the church was started right here in our home.
Yes.
And I can clearly remember it just as if it was yesterday when the 20 people came here to hear the vision and what the Lord has done in those 9 years to grow the church.
You know, when you got to get the hell out of a church and you need to start another church to make sure that coin keep coming, you'll start that church in your bathroom, in your attic, in your basement, in your living room, wherever you got to start that church. He had to get the hell out of Bright Hope and start that church real quick like. So he started that church right on in his living room. Mm-hmm.
Church from 20 people to now to over 1,500 people. And that's why this is such a critical season, not only for Abyssinian, but also for us. We both have turned 50 years old this year. And as I think about where the Lord has us, I have just become extremely humbled by the Pulpit Search Committee's recommendation for me to become your next pastor. You know, Kenya, I understand the weight that comes along with this level of pastoral leadership. And that's why I've been preparing myself all of my life. I was called when I was 16 years old at the David Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. And I remember preaching my first sermon there and wondering if anybody would listen to what I had to say. And here I am now, a church planter.
They lying on this man. They gotta be. Y'all quit lying on this man. This is an upstanding man. He does everything according to the word, and the Spirit gives him utterance. Come on. I'm almost in tears.
Baptist all of my life, and God has now put me in a place where he's moving, and I believe that God wants to do something new. And if you all will have us, our entire family,
that's beautiful.
We would love to serve you and to be a part of that Abyssinian legacy and help to take Abyssinian further and forward. So thank you so much for this opportunity to kind of share our little story. And so we're excited about this season of ministry, however the Lord may be moving, because we know this, that only the Lord can call a pastor. So Abyssinian, thank you so much. And I just want you to know that we love you.
Just as you have loved us.
Well, the Lord can call you a pastor, but there's some ways and means put in order to elect a pastor. The Lord can call you. You are a pastor after my own heart. The Lord can do it. I believe it. But there's an election. And there's some things we abide by in order to be, the pastor.
Hopefully we'll see you soon. And we look forward to serving you as well.
Well, isn't that nice? Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. Well, unfortunately, the firing has begun at Abyssinian Baptist Church. The first fatality that is gone now, of course, if you are not, and it seems to me that if you are not on the side of, didn't nothing happen with that election and everything is cool, but if you got anything to do with this lawsuit or one of the disgruntled members, only 56 likes, huh? Somebody going to hell. Well, we got our first fatality of the Abyssinian Baptist Church. October 21st, this was written to Deacon C. Vernon Mason, coming from the Abyssinian Baptist Church in the city of New York, founded in 1808. The Right Reverend Kevin R. Johnson, ED, education, whatever, senior pastor, Gerald Barbar, chairman of the Diaconate Board, Karen R. Davenport, chairman of the Diaconate Board, Alexis E. Thomas, chairman of the Trustee Board, and Sheila Boston Robinson, the church clerk. Dear Deacon C. Vernon Mason, this letter is to inform you of the Deacons Disciplinary Committee's decision regarding multiple acts of misconduct unbecoming of a deacon. You were notified via email on July 18th, 2024 and July 21st, 2024 to appear before the committee to present your perspective on these matters. However, you failed to respond or attend these meetings. The committee's investigation has substantiated the following charges against you, Deacon Mason. Repeated disclosure of confidential church information via email to external entities, including but not limited to the Associated Press, New York Times, Fordham University, special interest groups within the church, members of Abyssinian, and various attorneys and ministers. Number 2, public defamatory statements regarding the Abyssinian Baptist Church pastoral search process, as evidenced in the New York Times article titled "A Storied Harlem Church Has a New Leader. Its members have questions," dated June 28th, 2028. I read you that, didn't I, last video. Number 3, unauthorized use of Abyssinian Baptist Church letterhead to write to the Bronx District Attorney requesting the reopening of a case involving church member Jerome Yiser. The action appeared to represent the entire diaconate, I'll get it one day, potentially exposing the church to significant financial liability and resulting in a personal lawsuit against you. The committee has determined that your past and ongoing conduct exposes the church to litigation, financial risk, and reputational, I want to say rebutional, but it's reputational, constituting conduct unbecoming of a deacon. They say you're not acting like a deacon Mason. That's what they said. Furthermore, in your email dated June 16th, 2024, you stated, if Dr. Hogarth leaves and Dr. Johnson is the new pastor, my beloved wife, Deacon Thelma Mason, and I will also end our membership at Abyssinian Baptist Church. In the light of your actions and your decision to end your membership at the Abyssinian Baptist Church, you are hereby relieved of your duties as a deacon and any other roles and responsibilities you held at the Abyssinian Baptist Church, effective immediately. Sincerely, the Right Rev, not him. Deacon Kenneth R. Jeffers, chairman of the Deacons Disciplinary Committee at the Abyssinian Baptist Church. So the first fatality and a possible retaliation because of this lawsuit has been the Right Deacon. I don't think we gave him elder, Reverend Deacon C. Vernon Mason. Undeacon-like behavior. That's what they said, Mari. Ooh, and ain't that a Baptist, baby? The first fatality. Now, the rest of y'all want to keep on with this stuff, talking about he got to get out there. Now, watch out, Abyssinian. Don't y'all go firing more people and get some more lawsuits. Don't do that. Don't do that. Well, let me see. Well, what did Deacon Mason? Who was Deacon Mason? Let me see something. Mm-hmm. Kind of heard a little bit about that retaliation type of stuff over there at Bright Hope in Philadelphia, didn't we? In addition to the letter, the people proclaiming who brought the lawsuit, they're proclaiming that there were a few infractions that happened. Article 3, Section 7, members may be excluded or expelled upon charges brought by the pastor, the diaconate, or by the petition of any 100 members. And if such charges are so brought and upheld by the majority vote at any duly called meeting or at the annual meeting, a quorum being present, got to have that quorum, and Article 8, Section 2, upon ordination, a member of the diaconate serves for an indefinite, see, that's your problem, indefinite tenure as long as he or she is a member of the church, unless he or she is excluded from the diaconate by the church upon recommendation of the diaconate or the pastor. You know, the Reverend C. Vernon Mason and his beloved wife, Thelma, have been members of the Abyssinian Baptist Church for over 48 years, y'all. Reverend Mason has served on the deacon board for 32 years. He led new members orientation for over 20 years. He served as church's legal counsel, from 1976 to 1995, and later as the assistant church clerk until his dismissal. He served on the trustee board from 78 to 88, and his wife was the president of the Sister Deaconess for 15 years. They're saying what Reverend Johnson and his followers are doing to Reverend Mason is a sin and a crime. And he does not deserve this kind of retaliation for telling the truth about a flawed process where many prominent members of the Pastoral Search Committee were in constant contact with Kevin Johnson, the candidate, and had their hands on the scale for him since day one. See, that was a lot of problem. They're really hanging their hats up on Kevin Johnson got a lot of preferential treatment during this whole search committee, and they pretty much X'd the other ones out and had their eyes on the prize. They had their eyes on Raphael Warnock's friend. Okay. All right. Philadelphia, he booted the man, 70 years old. Over here, he booted. Yeah. Y'all know. I don't make the news. I just report the news. Disciples of Christ. Thank you, disciples of Christ. Yeah. So we need to figure out how many more times St. James got to be up here telling y'all who done got fired from Abyssinian Baptist Church. Because it seemed to me they cleaning house. If you ain't on the right road with them, you're out. If you want the pastor out, you out. He ain't going nowhere, you going. That's what it seemed to me. So all y'all disgruntled people who done brought that lawsuit, if y'all holding any offices in the church, get ready, pack your bags. Call your attorney. Pack your bags because you're on your way out. Who's next on the docket? Who's next? They say it's a sin and a shame and a crime. Listen, I ain't over there. But according to some bylaws, I think that's where they may have a little problems. Maybe a few problems with them bylaws. He ordained minister and attorney in the seminary. He's an ordained minister and attorney. My God. Oh, a deacon. Deacon is okay. Okay. Just seeing what y'all talking about. You said this sounds familiar. Now I know the church name sound familiar. It was Adams Clayton Powell's church. Okay. All right. You said the former, Sir Rob 2 says the former interim pastor should have been installed as the permanent pastor. My God. They better pack him up. Dr. Kevin Johnson, who's next? Who you got on the list? Who's on the list, Pastor Johnson? Who's going? Pastor Johnson, they're going to sue your ass. You better do it right, because they're going to sue your ass. I'm telling you that they're going to do it. Something's going to happen. Search committee, they wanted all. He was worth all these problems. But then you have to think, would it ever been a solution? Would everybody ever been happy with the new pastor? If it was somebody else, would they be happy with him? I don't know. You got to think about that. Mason is a civil rights leader. He fired the civil rights leader? Oh, Kevin. Oh, Kevin, why you fired the civil rights leader, Kevin? Oh, you fired the civil rights leader. Oh, Oh, Dr. Johnson. Oh, did Raphael Warnock tell you to do that? Did you consult your friend? Oh, tell you what the problem is. He's still trying to be he's trying to be a politician. I'll tell you what that is. He's still trying to be a politician. They made him stop over there at Philly, but he said, "Onward, Christian soldiers for New York." What's up, Keisha? No justice, no peace. That's what they fired one of them. They fired one of them, Jay Boogie. Man was probably standing over there with Martin Luther King. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you for putting color. You said seems like it was downhill from the beginning. Let me tell you, it ain't nothing good going over there at Abbott. How y'all having church? I guess y'all just going in. Let me see what y'all doing over there. Let me see what y'all doing. Let me see. Is they morning service on here? You know, people will church over anything now. They don't care. There's offerings that need to be collected, all right? Sunday worship. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Y'all ain't singing that. Y'all ain't sounding that good. He hot up there. He hot. He don't know the word. He can't read. You better direct. Y'all wake up. We're in worship. Wake the hell up right now. Don't you go to sleep.
Right in front of the Abyssinian church gates, the Abyssinian Diaconate Board will hold its second apparel and accessories initiative giveaway.
Is that a woman in the pool? Where's Shira Puka Puka who be in the chat? Where he at? He'll let's see if he pop out right now. I just showed a woman in a robe. Let's see if he pop out. He usually pop out to tell us they in sin, that they got that woman in that robe preaching. Ooh, baby. They one of them quiet Baptists. That ain't no full gospel, baby. Absolutely not. No full gospel. My God. They said in honor of Deacon Mason's 48 years of service, $48. God bless you. Oh, they love you, Deacon. Yeah, where he at? We looking for him in the chat. Where he at? This woman is in a robe behind a pulpit. What's up, Leah? Oh, let's see what else they talking about.
Come out, bring your own bags, and browse through racks of new and gently used.
All right, we got another song. The house. All right. She's still talking?
Ain't it? It comes from deep in your soul.
It's
a love that is filled with and moves with God's Holy Spirit.
Oh.
Imagine the ancestral Africans who arrived on the shores of these Americas after suffering the brutal Middle Passage. How did they do
how many people in there?
How did they endure the suffering of the bitter waters? How did they manage all that followed? Brutal forced enslavement.
Oh no, baby. I can't listen, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I know you're probably talking something good, but I can't. Not tonight. I'll be gone memes. Right. Commit to your. I was helping them the other night. I was wean yourself off them books, off them. No. Patricia Jordan said, way back in January 20, a Philly pastor at Soak Train Cruise Church Services shared that Kevin Johnson was going to be the next Abyssinian pastor. See, what happened, Patricia Jordan? They had this faux search committee that they already had who they wanted to be pastor. They didn't care nothing about them other candidates. That's my opinion. They already had before the rooster crowed that they wanted Kevin Johnson, and they did whatever they needed to do to get him in. Now, if they knew back in January, they didn't actually say nothing until they didn't put it out till June, right? They didn't put it out to June, I think, or later than that. There's something suspicious, Sister Jordan. What'd you say, Shelby? No. Listen, y'all want Abyssinian? Huh? Is that you can have Abyssinian? Which one you want? Abyssinian or oh, they would eat him up. They would eat him up over there in New York at Abyssinian. He can be the special guest to a whole concert. They eat Manasseh up. My God. Well, y'all, I didn't come over here to tarry long. I just wanted to put the information, but I'll probably be back because there's probably a list of y'all that will be fired because y'all put a lawsuit against the church. So y'all got to get the hell out of there. They want you out. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know who's next, but I'm sure I will be told who's next on the chopping block. I hope y'all have a wonderful Thursday as we approach the weekend. Hope you do something fun. Hope you do something exciting. I'm sure I'll be back around here because there's a lot more stuff we need to talk about. But before we get out of here, will you do me a great big favor and show some love to the St. James Show and the Carnal Church sector. Right there, $, the St. James Show or $St. James Show to support the channel. Thank you, those who have already given. I appreciate your love and your dedication to the St. James Show. If you would like to send a Zelle or PayPal, use our email, TheSaintJamesShow@att.net. And I also received some beautiful cards in the mail the other day when I checked the mailbox. P.O. Box 25293, Fresno, California, 93729-55293. And you can address that to myself, St. James. I appreciate your support. You guys have been a wonderful, wonderful encouragement, even to me. So I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you so much, our doorkeepers tonight. Thank you for those who are keeping me abreast and keeping me informed of what's going on at Abyssinian Baptist Church and this lawsuit. Okay. What about Via? No. I have a feeling he likes being ate. Who likes being ate up? You talking about Manasseh? Y'all leave that man alone. That man is a prophet of the Lord. Y'all just so carnal. That's why y'all members of the carnal church sector. You're right there. That's why you're members. Okay. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good one. Peace.
Testimony this morning. Help us say
he'll make it. Won't he do it? Won't the Lord do it? Won't he, won't he, won't he, won't he, will. Hey. Whatever the problem, whatever the situation, I come to tell you this morning, God will. He will bring you out. Yes, he will, yes, he will, yes, he will. He will bring you out. Hey, everybody clap your hands. I need a couple of people that know he'll bring you out. Clap your hands like you believe it this morning. Woo! Everybody clap. I need us to sing it one more time. Please sing it one more time. He will bring you out through every valley. He will bring you out. If you ever been sick, God bring you out. Is there anybody here that can lift your hand?